Today we've got the ultimate battle of the Supermen. Superman versus Gladiator. Who comes out on top? Let's find out. Rocketed to Earth as an infant from the doomed planet Krypton, Kal-El was adopted by the loving Kent family and raised in America's heartland as Clark Kent. Using his immense solar-fueled powers, he became Superman to defend mankind against all manner of threats, while championing truth, justice, and the American way. Superman is arguably the strongest hero in the DC universe, and has performed some truly incredible feats of strength, even hoping to move the entire Earth before, alongside Wonder Woman and Martian Manhunter. He's also held a miniature black hole in his hands, destroyed a moon, and has beaten down people like Darkseid and Doomsday. Superman has the ability to move at faster than light speeds, and his top speed hasn't even really been calculated. In battle, Clark can move so fast that he can land hundreds of strikes in just a few seconds, and his mind is just as fast too, allowing him to process and understand vast amounts of information almost instantaneously. Superman is one of the most durable beings in existence, able to withstand bullets, missiles, bombs, and man-made weapons without a scratch. In fact, you're more likely to hurt yourself by punching Superman than actually hurting him. However, it's not impossible to injure the Man of Steel. Characters with super strength like Mongol, Despero, and Doomsday have injured Clark before. He's also been hurt by powerful energy attacks. Superman has a limitless stamina, as long as he's exposed to yellow sun radiation, and his body also emits a gravitational field that enables him to defy gravity and fly at faster than light speeds. Kal-El has the ability to suck in large amounts of air into his lungs, then create strong gusts of wind with it. He's even able to control the temperature with which he expels this wind, which results in his freeze breath. Superman also has the ability to convert stored solar energy into beams of thermal energy that can reach a temperature comparable to stars. Superman is a capable fighter and has a knowledge of boxing, brawling, and pressure points, but he's by no means a master martial artist, instead relying on his incredible powers to win the fight. So that's what we got in one corner. Superman, arguably the most iconic superhero out there. But entering the ring, Gladiator, Marvel's version of Superman. Kallark, codenamed Gladiator, was once the prelude of the Shi'ar Imperial Guard, the most faithful servant of the Shi'ar throne. After the Shi'ar-Kree War, with the apparent death of Liliandra and Vulcan, Kallark was elevated to the position of Magister by a consensus of a desperate Shi'ar population. Kallark is a Strontian, which is an alien race who are already stronger and greater than humans. However, some Strontians are chosen to go through a process called the Gladiator procedure in order to be selected as the Strontian representatives in the Shi'ar Imperial Guard. Gladiator was the last one to go through this procedure, and the last one of his race, making him the most powerful. He's one of the strongest beings in the Marvel Universe, is easily able to overpower Colossus, Wonder Man, and the Thing, and match Thor in pure brute strength. He's been clocked at moving hundreds of times faster than the speed of light, and he also has the ability to fly. He's durable enough to withstand attacks from Vulcan, Black Bolt, Thor, and Hulk with really no signs of damage. Has survived in the heart of stars, and one time withstood a supernova. Gladiator is also able to fire powerful beams of heat from his eyes that are similar to Superman's heat vision. They've been measured at the same temperature as the core of a star, and are so powerful that it's even able to injure the Hulk, despite the Green Goliath's incredible durability and healing factor. He's also got his own version of freeze breath, and is able to use it to drop the temperature of opponents until they're frozen solid. Gladiator is a very skilled combatant, and is a master hand-to-hand fighter, even being the one assigned to train the Shi'ar Imperial Guard. However, here's the catch to all of it. Gladiator has a very significant weakness. His strength, speed, durability, and heat vision are all tied into his confidence. So basically what that means is the more confident he is, the stronger and more powerful he is. But once doubt creeps in and he begins to lose confidence in himself, his powers rapidly drop. However, Gladiator has shown that he can overcome this weakness and regain his confidence if need be. So who wins? Well, let's break it down. Now, forget about Hyperion, Sentry, or Blue Marvel. Gladiator is the closest thing that Marvel has to their version of Superman. I mean, just look at his name, Kallark, a combination of Kal-El and Clark. Gladiator was clearly created to be a direct copy of the Man of Steel himself. And so today, we're going to see just who really is the superior and the best Superman. And the first thing we're going to take a look at is strength. Now, Gladiator is incredibly strong, being able to bust out of Kazar's constructs, which are capable of blocking blasts from Galactus, easily take out the Thing and Drax the Destroyer, rip apart Kree sentries, carry large city-sized ships, and snap Hyperion's neck, who is, for all intents and purposes, Gladiator's physical equal. But in terms of pure strength, Superman has got him beat. He's tossed moon-sized spaceships, moved to the moon alongside Wonder Woman and Green Lantern, moved the Earth with Wonder Woman and Martian Manhunter, and moved the Earth again with Green Lantern. He's held a miniature black hole in the palm of his hand, and a black hole the size of a dime has slightly more mass than the Earth, moved a compressed solar system, helped Martian Manhunter stop the Brainiac mothership from colliding with the Earth, and he's even bench pressed the weight of the Earth for 5 days straight and said he could have kept on going. Clark has even helped to lift a book with an infinite number of pages, or lift up the Spectre. But there's a difference between pure lifting strength and striking power and the ability to throw a punch. And this is where Gladiator really kicks it up a notch. The guy's able to knock out the Thing, Black Bolt, take down Vulcan with 2 punches, and Binary with just 1 hit. He's overpowered Nova Prime, kicked Mjolnir all the way across the city and decked Thor in the process, hit Wonder Man so hard that he could have taken Wonder Man's head off and pummeled Williams into the core of a planet. Gladiator has even destroyed a planet before, just a few strikes. And as Sun has said before that he's seen Gladiator crack moons with his punches or rip apart black holes with his bare hands. Now that was probably a little bit of hyperbole for that last part, considering it's essentially impossible to rip a black hole apart because there's nothing to hold on to, but it's definitely believable that he's cracked moons, considering he's destroyed a planet before. But Superman has got some real striking power as well. He's easily destroyed asteroids that were on track to destroy the Earth. And I've said it before, that he's able to hit hard enough to split a moon in half or shatter small planets with his blows. He's punched Wonder Woman from the sun to the Earth, tossed Bizarro and Lobo out into outer space, punched Wraith through the moon, and his punches can be felt from the core of the Earth all the way up to the Watchtower. He's flown right through a moon before, and shattered a shadow moon with an infinite mass punch. Superman has even broken through time and space, smashed endless illusions and realities, broken alternate realities, shattered the boundaries of space and time. In one of his punches, he's even broken timeline before. End of the day, I might have to give the slight edge to Superman. But Gladiator being able to casually destroy planets is insanely impressive. But what about durability? Well, Gladiator has flown through red suns before, is unfazed by Human Torch's Nova Blast, which is just as hot as the sun, withstood strikes from Thor or an attack from Nova, and he's even survived having Black Bolt whisper directly in his ear. Gladiator has been completely unfazed by Vulcan's attacks, taking a blast to the face with the Phoenix Blade, which contains a small portion of the Phoenix Force, and has survived a blast to the face from Tyrant, where a similar blast was actually able to knock out the Silver Surfer. Probably most impressively, Kallark was able to withstand an explosion that Reed Richards described as comparable to a supernova capable of annihilating half a solar system. But once again, while Gladiator is very impressive, I'd give the slight edge to Superman. He's taken attacks from the Claw of Horus, which is equivalent to being punched with a planet. He survived manipulation attacks, Doomsday's molecular death aura, and a cosmic storm that mutates both matter and energy. And he survived a supernova before. He's taken Darkseid's Omega beams, endured beatings from gods, survived inside of black holes, and taken a blast from the bolt of Zeus. Superman has even survived attacks from Emperor Joker, survived the Sun Eater's implosion, withstood detonations of the Empiric's probe, and has taken attacks from the Void Hound, which destroyed 10 star systems in its test run. He survived an explosion that was 50 times larger than the Kepler supernova. He was right in the center of a collision between Apocalypse and Eugenesis, survived the Source Wall explosion, absorbed enough anti-sunlight to vaporize half the galaxy, and he's even withstood death before. So finally, what about speed? Well, Gladiator has been able to regularly blitz opponents, including Thor, Nova, and whole superhero teams like the Starjammers and the Guardians. He's even hit a Nova Corpsman with so much speed and so much power that Gladiator ended up flying straight through him, splitting him in half through the middle. He's flown hundreds of times faster than the speed of light, can fly fast enough to slip into hyperspace, and accelerated speed so fast that he's able to keep up and interact with the Fantastic Four as they were traveling through the future. Gladiator has even been able to move so fast and process information so quickly that he's able to instantly count 10 billion microsentinels inside someone's body, and fight and actually kill Hyperion all within the span of a few nanoseconds. But on the other hand, Superman has been able to fly from the edge of the universe all the way back to Earth just 60 days, with the DC universe being 100 trillion light years across, or fly from Earth to the Sun and back just under a minute. He's been able to catch Professor Zoom, react to both Barry Allen and Wally West, blitz other Kryptonians and super speedsters, routinely reacts and measures time in microseconds and nanoseconds, and has even been able to move fast enough to negate the effects of time manipulation. He's even been able to accelerate his perception of time alongside the Flash, so that time stopped all around them. And the author actually said that Superman can see all the way down to attoseconds. But that was just one author's opinion. On top of that, Superman is able to use his speed in very creative ways, being able to phase through attacks on both Doomsday and Mongol, turn invisible, and launch precise attacks at super speed, even being able to take down Ultraman, who is essentially Superman's physical equal. But Gladiator doesn't just have super strength, speed, and durability like Superman. He's also got heat vision and freeze breath as well. And Gladiator has actually been able to match Tyrant with his heat vision, match Phoenix Force Cyclops with his heat vision, injure Silver Surfer and injure Lady Thor. His heat vision has been described as being as hot or even hotter than the sun, and Kallark isn't afraid to be utterly ruthless, using this attack to easily blow through someone's head. He's also used his freeze breath to freeze both Wonder Man and Thor Girl, and he's even easily blown out the Human Torch's flames. But with Superman, well, he's been able to vaporize Doomsday clones, absolutely melt Major Force, one-shot Despero, briefly match Parallax Hal, and has been said to be off the charts by any standard scientific scale. It's even cancelled out Absolute Zero before. Clark has also shown incredible skill and control while using his heat vision. He is able to destroy microscopic devices, stop Manchester Black's powers by microheating his brain, shoot heat vision at rapid fire speeds, and is extremely accurate with it. If his freeze breath, well, he's been able to freeze parts of a whole planet, freeze Bizarro, Wonder Woman, and even intangible opponents. And just like with heat vision, he's got a rapid fire mode as well. However, there's one last thing that we haven't talked about yet, and that's Gladiator's ruthlessness. He isn't afraid to go all out or kill an opponent. And that fact, plus just his overwhelming physical power, makes him a dangerous opponent for anyone that he's going up against. But even though Gladiator is willing to kill and Superman isn't, that doesn't mean that it's an instant win for Kallark. I mean, Clark has gone up against and beaten plenty of ruthless enemies with similar powers, like Ultraman, General Zod, or Cyborg Superman, just to name a few. End of the day, I think Superman is taking this one. Yes, Gladiator is real physically powerful, but Superman slightly edges him out in almost every category. On top of that, Kal has more skill and creativity with using his powers, like turning intangible and invisible, or launching rapid fire heat vision and freeze breath. Superman is just better here, and is the ultimate Superman. Superman wins. But what do y'all think? I would love to hear your thoughts, so sound off in the comments down below. Also, be sure, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications to join the DanCo army, and I'll see you next time.